One of the most profound struggles a woman can face is the silent battle of living, striving, and growing without support. Society often underestimates the strength required to carry life's burdens alone, to make decisions in isolation, and to continue moving forward when the external world offers little or no assistance. A woman without support must navigate challenges that others take for granted: financial, emotional, social, and even psychological. And yet, it is precisely in these circumstances that her strength, resilience, and courage are forged. The silent battle she faces is unseen by the world, unacknowledged by many, but it is deeply transformative. It teaches lessons of independence, clarity, and self-reliance that can only be learned through adversity. Living without support is a constant test of inner strength. Every day becomes a challenge not only of survival, but of maintaining faith in oneself and one's vision. The absence of guidance, encouragement, or validation forces a woman to look inward for direction and affirmation. This internal compass becomes her most reliable source of power. While it is natural to feel moments of doubt, frustration, or loneliness, these moments are also opportunities for growth. The woman who perseveres in silence, who continues to act despite the lack of external encouragement, develops a sense of self-reliance and resilience that cannot be taught. It must be lived. The silent battle often involves managing multiple responsibilities simultaneously. Without support, a woman may carry the weight of household management, career obligations, financial planning, and emotional caregiving. Each of these areas demands energy, skill, and patience. Yet, she continues to navigate them, often without recognition or appreciation. Her victories are quiet, unnoticed, but monumental. The discipline, time management, and perseverance required to balance these responsibilities develop an inner strength that becomes her defining quality. Even when the world does not notice, the impact of her effort is immense, shaping her character and future success. Emotional resilience is a cornerstone of this silent battle. Without a support system to share burdens, a woman learns to manage her emotions independently. She faces the storms of disappointment, rejection, and societal pressure without the cushion of reassurance or sympathy. Yet, it is through this emotional self-reliance that she becomes stronger, wiser, and more grounded. She learns that her worth is not defined by others' approval, and her happiness is not contingent on external validation. Every moment of self-reliance becomes a testament to her strength and capability. The silent battle also teaches the importance of discernment. When support is absent, a woman must choose her alliances carefully, relying on intuition, experience, and judgment to identify those who are trustworthy and those who may drain her energy. This ability to discern intention and character becomes a vital skill, ensuring that her limited energy is spent on meaningful relationships and constructive opportunities rather than on distractions, conflicts, or negativity. Life becomes a test of strategy and insight, where every decision is amplified in consequence because she carries the responsibility alone. Financial independence often becomes a central aspect of this battle. Without support, a woman must secure her livelihood, plan for the future, and manage her resources with prudence and foresight. Financial challenges can be particularly stressful, but they also teach discipline, problem-solving, and strategic thinking. Through careful planning and effort, she learns to create stability for herself and those who depend on her. Financial self-reliance strengthens her confidence and reinforces the understanding that she is capable of sustaining herself regardless of circumstance. Isolation can intensify this struggle, yet it also becomes a source of empowerment. In the absence of external voices telling her what to do or how to feel, a woman develops a clear understanding of her values, priorities, and purpose. She learns to trust herself, to act with intention, and to navigate the complexities of life with clarity. Solitude, when embraced constructively, becomes a teacher, showing her that the most important relationship she has is with herself. Her independence, perspective, and self-awareness are cultivated precisely through this silent journey. the silent battle is not devoid of pain. Moments of loneliness, fear, and doubt are inevitable. There may be nights when the weight of responsibilities feels unbearable, when the world seems indifferent to her struggle. Yet, these moments also provide the opportunity for reflection, growth, and transformation. She learns to find strength within, to cultivate patience, and to act with courage even when recognition or support is absent. Every challenge faced alone becomes a lesson in resilience and self-mastery, reinforcing her capacity to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. Support, while valuable, is not the ultimate determinant of success or happiness. A woman without it discovers that her strength lies not in external assistance, but in her ability to endure, adapt, and persist. She becomes her own mentor, her own motivator, and her own source of encouragement. She learns that the world may not always acknowledge her effort, but her actions create tangible results that cannot be ignored. Her growth, achievements, and character are cultivated in silence, but they shine brightly when life presents opportunities to manifest her abilities. Finally, the silent battle teaches profound lessons in self-worth. Without support, a woman learns that her value is inherent and not contingent on recognition from others. She discovers that she is capable, resourceful, and resilient beyond measure. Every challenge she faces alone reinforces her strength, and every victory, no matter how quiet, affirms her capacity to shape her destiny. The silent battle is a crucible of transformation. It molds her into a woman who is independent, courageous, and unwavering in her pursuit of purpose and fulfillment. In conclusion, the silent battle of a woman with no support is a journey of strength, resilience, and self-discovery. It is a test of courage, discipline, and perseverance. While the struggle may be unseen by the world, it is deeply transformative, teaching lessons that cannot be learned through comfort or reliance on others. Through this battle, a woman discovers her inner power, cultivates independence, and builds the confidence to face life on her own terms. The silent battle, though difficult, shapes a woman into someone who is unstoppable, capable, and resilient, a force that moves through life with purpose, clarity, and unwavering determination. The silent battle of a woman with no support is one of the most profound yet overlooked struggles in life. It is a battle fought not with weapons or loud proclamations, but with patience, resilience, and quiet determination. A woman without support navigates a world that often undervalues her effort, questions her choices, and overlooks her sacrifices. She stands alone in the face of adversity, learning to rely on her inner strength because there is no external cushion to soften the blows of life. Yet, it is precisely this lack of support that cultivates a resilience so deep that nothing can shake her confidence or derail her focus. The silent battle, while lonely and challenging, is a powerful teacher, shaping her into a force that thrives in independence and self-reliance. Living without support requires a woman to confront uncertainty constantly. Every decision becomes magnified because the consequences rest squarely on her shoulders. She cannot lean on others for advice, approval, or guidance. This responsibility is heavy, and at times it can feel isolating. Yet, within this isolation lies an opportunity to develop clarity of thought, decisiveness, and strategic thinking. A woman in this position learns to weigh options carefully, anticipate consequences, and act with intention. Her choices are guided not by fear or expectation, but by her values, goals, and inner wisdom. Life teaches her that independence is not a burden. It is a skill and a privilege that allows her to shape her destiny on her own terms. The emotional dimension of this battle is intense. Without emotional support, a woman must learn to manage her feelings internally. She experiences loneliness, self-doubt, and moments of frustration that others with support may never face alone. Yet, by navigating these emotions independently, she develops emotional intelligence, patience, and resilience. She becomes capable of self-soothing, of finding comfort in her own presence, and of cultivating strength in solitude. The silent struggle forces her to confront fear and disappointment directly, transforming these experiences into tools for growth and self-mastery. Responsibility amplifies this battle. A woman without support often bears multiple roles simultaneously: provider, caregiver, decision-maker, and strategist. She may manage a household, pursue a career, care for children, and handle financial and social responsibilities all at once. Each role demands energy, skill, and adaptability. Without assistance, every misstep feels heavier, every challenge more daunting, and every success more significant. She learns the value of discipline, focus, and perseverance. The ability to navigate complexity alone sharpens her mind, hones her problem-solving skills, and strengthens her confidence in ways that comfort and reliance cannot provide. Financial independence becomes both a necessity and a measure of strength. Without support, a woman must secure her livelihood, manage resources, and plan for the future with prudence and foresight. She may face financial challenges that test her resourcefulness, creativity, and endurance. Yet, through these challenges, she learns to make strategic decisions, prioritize effectively, and leverage her skills and knowledge to create stability. Financial self-reliance is more than survival. It is a declaration of autonomy and capability, a recognition that she can sustain herself and those who depend on her without compromise. Isolation, though challenging, also offers the opportunity for introspection and growth. In the absence of external validation or guidance, a woman develops a deep understanding of her own values, goals, and priorities. She learns to trust her intuition, to listen to her inner voice, and to act according to her own judgment rather than the opinions of others. Solitude becomes a powerful teacher, showing her that her strength, wisdom, and resilience are not dependent on others. Through reflection and self-awareness, she cultivates clarity, confidence, and a sense of purpose that becomes her foundation for decision-making and action. The silent battle is often accompanied by societal judgment. A woman with no support may face criticism for being independent, for pursuing her goals, or for failing to conform to expectations. Society may label her as weak, reckless, or incapable simply because she operates alone. Yet, these judgments do not define her. The silent battle teaches her to prioritize self-respect over approval, to focus on results over recognition, and to remain steadfast in her pursuit of goals, regardless of external opinion. Through perseverance, she builds a shield of resilience that protects her from the negativity and misjudgment of others. The struggle also cultivates discernment. A woman without support must carefully choose where to invest her energy, time, and trust. Every relationship, opportunity, and decision carries heightened significance because she cannot afford to waste resources on negativity, betrayal, or distraction. Through careful observation, experience, and intuition, she learns to identify those who add value, those who drain energy, and those whose presence is irrelevant to her journey. This discernment becomes a lifelong asset, allowing her to navigate life strategically, protect her energy, and focus on what truly matters. Resilience is not only cultivated through challenge, but also through the act of persistence itself. The silent battle requires a woman to keep moving forward, even when the world offers no encouragement. She endures setbacks, learns from failures, and adapts to circumstances that may feel overwhelming. Each time she persists, despite adversity, her confidence grows, her capabilities expand, and her sense of self-reliance deepens. She discovers that her strength is not contingent on support. It is inherent, honed by experience, and proven through action. Finally, the silent battle shapes a profound sense of self-worth. A woman without support discovers that her value is not defined by others' acknowledgement or assistance. She learns that she is capable of creating her own path, of solving her own problems, and of building a life of meaning, purpose, and achievement. Her victories may be unseen, her struggles unacknowledged, yet each day she survives, adapts and grows strengthens her inner power. The silent battle transforms her into a woman who is independent, courageous, and unwavering, a woman who can face life with confidence, clarity, and unshakable resilience. In conclusion, the silent battle of a woman with no support is a journey of independence, strength, and self-discovery. It is a challenge that tests her emotional, mental, and physical resilience, while simultaneously shaping her character, wisdom, and courage. Though often unseen, this struggle is transformative, teaching lessons of perseverance, discernment, and inner strength that cannot be learned through comfort or reliance on others. Through the silent battle, a woman discovers her inherent power, cultivates self-reliance, and develops the unwavering confidence to face life on her own terms. Her journey, though quiet, is extraordinary, and her triumph, though often unacknowledged, is profound. The silent battle of a woman with no support is one of the most profound and transformative struggles in life. It is a journey of endurance, resilience, and self-discovery that often goes unnoticed by the world. To fight battles alone, without guidance, encouragement, or reinforcement, is a task few can truly comprehend. Yet, for the woman who faces life without support, each challenge becomes an opportunity to cultivate strength, clarity, and self-reliance. This struggle, though lonely, is a crucible in which courage is forged and character is refined. It teaches her that true power does not come from others, but from within, from the quiet determination to persevere regardless of circumstance. Living without support means carrying the weight of responsibility on one's own shoulders. Every decision, every action, every consequence rests entirely on her. There is no safety net, no mentor, no partner to share the burden or validate her choices. The weight can feel overwhelming, yet this solitude cultivates decisiveness and independence. A woman in this position learns to trust her judgment, act with intention, and embrace accountability. She becomes skilled at evaluating options, anticipating consequences, and making choices that align with her values and long-term goals. The absence of external support teaches her to rely on her inner wisdom, transforming isolation into empowerment. Emotional resilience is an essential component of this silent battle. Without someone to lean on, a woman must navigate loneliness, disappointment, and fear independently. She learns to manage her emotions, to find stability within herself, and to respond to life's challenges without external reassurance. This emotional self-reliance develops patience, mental clarity, and inner strength. She discovers that her well-being is her own responsibility, and that her happiness does not depend on others' approval. Through this struggle, she becomes emotionally agile, capable of enduring setbacks while maintaining a sense of purpose and direction. The silent battle often requires multitasking and adaptability. A woman without support may manage multiple roles simultaneously: provider, caregiver, professional, and strategist, without assistance. Balancing these responsibilities demands focus, discipline, and resilience. Every success, though quietly celebrated, is monumental. The act of managing complexity independently strengthens her problem-solving skills, hones her capacity for organization, and enhances her ability to prioritize effectively. She learns that challenges are not obstacles to avoid, but opportunities to refine her skills and fortify her strength. Financial independence is a cornerstone of this journey. Without support, a woman must secure her livelihood, manage resources, and plan for the future with prudence and foresight. Financial challenges test her resilience, creativity, and strategic thinking. Yet, overcoming these challenges fosters confidence and a sense of control over her life. She learns to navigate financial decisions carefully, balancing immediate needs with long-term stability. This independence is empowering, demonstrating that her survival, growth, and success are within her control, regardless of external assistance. Isolation, while difficult, also offers a profound opportunity for introspection. In the absence of external validation or guidance, a woman develops a clear understanding of her own values, priorities, and purpose. She learns to trust her instincts, act according to her judgment, and find direction within herself. Solitude becomes a teacher, showing her that the most reliable support comes from inner clarity, self-discipline, and confidence. Through introspection, she cultivates a deep sense of awareness, resilience, and authenticity that cannot be gained from reliance on others. The societal pressure on women to rely on support networks can intensify this struggle. Expectations of dependence, guidance, or emotional validation may amplify feelings of inadequacy or isolation. Yet, a woman fighting alone learns that her worth is inherent and not contingent on others' opinions. She prioritizes self-respect, integrity, and action over approval, transforming societal pressure into motivation. Her achievements, though quietly earned, are deeply meaningful, reflecting her ability to thrive independently. Discernment is another skill developed through this silent battle. Without external support, a woman must carefully choose where to invest her time, energy, and trust. Every relationship, opportunity, or collaboration carries significance because she cannot afford to waste resources on negativity, betrayal, or distraction. Through experience and intuition, she learns to identify individuals and situations that add value and avoid those that deplete her energy. This discernment becomes a lifelong asset, guiding her choices, protecting her peace, and amplifying her focus on meaningful growth. Resilience grows through persistence and perseverance. Life without support is filled with setbacks, obstacles, and unexpected challenges. The woman who continues to push forward despite adversity develops an unshakable inner strength. Each challenge overcome, each problem solved, reinforces her confidence, builds her endurance, and affirms her ability to navigate life independently. Resilience transforms struggle into mastery, demonstrating that her capability is not determined by the presence of support, but by her determination to persevere. Finally, the silent battle fosters profound self-worth and empowerment. A woman who endures life without support learns that her value is intrinsic and not dependent on recognition, assistance, or approval from others. She discovers her capacity to solve problems, create stability, and pursue her purpose with determination and courage. Each challenge met alone strengthens her self-reliance, and each quiet victory reinforces her confidence. Though her struggle may go unnoticed, her growth is undeniable. The silent battle shapes a woman into someone who is independent, capable, and unstoppable, a force guided by clarity, strength, and purpose. In conclusion, the silent battle of a woman with no support is a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and empowerment. It is a test of character, endurance, and determination that cultivates independence, clarity, and inner strength. Though unseen and often unacknowledged, this struggle is deeply transformative, teaching lessons that cannot be learned through reliance on others. Through solitude, persistence, and intentional action, a woman emerges stronger, wiser, and fully capable of navigating life on her own terms. The silent battle, while challenging, becomes a crucible of empowerment, shaping her into a woman who moves through life with confidence, courage, and unwavering determination. The silent battle of a woman with no support is a journey few truly understand, yet it is one of the most profound challenges a human being can face. This battle is fought quietly, without fanfare or recognition, and it requires a strength and resilience that goes beyond what many can imagine. A woman without support must navigate the complexities of life alone, managing responsibilities, making difficult decisions, and enduring emotional and social challenges without the safety net that others might take for granted. It is in this solitude that she discovers the depths of her own courage, independence, and resourcefulness. Though invisible to the world, this struggle is transformative, shaping her character, self-reliance, and wisdom. Living without support demands an unwavering commitment to oneself. Every choice she makes, Every step she takes rests squarely on her own shoulders. She cannot rely on others for guidance, approval, or reassurance. This responsibility is both daunting and empowering. It forces her to cultivate self-trust, decisiveness, and clarity in her actions. A woman in this position learns to carefully evaluate options, anticipate consequences, and take intentional steps toward her goals. In the absence of external support, she discovers that her internal compass is the most reliable guide, and that reliance on self is not a limitation, but a source of immense strength. Emotional resilience becomes a crucial tool in navigating this silent battle. Without support, she must manage her emotions independently, balancing frustration, doubt, and loneliness with self-compassion, determination, and patience. She learns to confront fear directly, to soothe herself in moments of despair, and to maintain focus even when challenges feel overwhelming. Emotional self-reliance transforms adversity into opportunity, teaching her that the power to overcome hardship lies within, not outside. Each day she endures without assistance strengthens her ability to respond calmly and wisely in future situations, making her emotionally agile and self-sufficient. The silent battle requires managing multiple responsibilities with precision and focus. A woman without support may juggle career demands, household management, caregiving, financial planning, and social obligations simultaneously. Each role she fulfills independently requires skill, energy, and dedication. The absence of support amplifies the significance of every success, while failures feel heavier and more personal. Yet, through this rigorous process, she develops discipline, time management, and problem-solving abilities that are extraordinary. Her capacity to handle complexity independently becomes one of her greatest strengths, preparing her for challenges that others with support may never face. Financial independence is often a necessity in this struggle. A woman without support must secure her livelihood, manage resources, and plan for the future with care and foresight. She navigates financial challenges with creativity, strategic thinking, and discipline. Over time, she learns to manage scarcity, optimize resources, and make decisions that ensure stability for herself and those who depend on her. Financial self-reliance becomes a symbol of empowerment, demonstrating that she can thrive and sustain her life independently, without reliance on others. Isolation, while difficult, also provides the space for introspection and self-growth. In the absence of external voices, guidance, or validation, she learns to listen to herself, understand her values, and cultivate a clear sense of purpose. Solitude becomes a teacher, revealing the power of self-trust, reflection, and self-discipline. Through isolation, she discovers that the most enduring support comes from within, her strength, clarity, and resilience. By embracing her solitude as an opportunity for growth, she develops an inner foundation that is unshakable and deeply empowering. Societal expectations can intensify this silent battle. Women are often judged for independence, for pursuing goals alone, or for managing life without visible assistance. Criticism, doubt, and misjudgment may arise from those who fail to see the magnitude of her efforts. Yet these external pressures do not define her. She prioritizes her integrity, values, and vision over approval or recognition. Her achievements, though quiet, are meaningful, and her perseverance builds an unbreakable sense of self-worth. By focusing on her purpose rather than societal expectations, she creates a life guided by intention, not opinion. Discernment becomes an essential skill in navigating life without support. With limited energy and resources, she must carefully choose where to invest her time, trust, and attention. Every relationship, opportunity, and decision carries heightened significance because she cannot afford distraction or negative influence. Through experience, intuition, and observation, she develops an ability to identify which connections are valuable, which opportunities are worthwhile, and which challenges are worth facing. This discernment allows her to focus on what truly matters and to avoid unnecessary emotional or mental depletion. Resilience grows naturally from persistence. Life without support is filled with setbacks, obstacles, and unexpected difficulties. The woman who continues forward, despite loneliness or difficulty, strengthens her endurance, adaptability, and problem-solving capacity. Each challenge she overcomes builds confidence and reinforces the understanding that her capabilities are inherent, not contingent upon external assistance. Resilience transforms struggle into mastery, enabling her to approach life with confidence, focus, and a sense of empowerment. Finally, the silent battle cultivates profound self-worth. A woman who perseveres without support learns that her value is intrinsic, independent of others' recognition, guidance, or validation. She discovers her capacity to navigate challenges, achieve goals, and create stability in her life. Each quiet victory reinforces her confidence and affirms her strength. While her struggle may remain invisible to the world, her growth, independence, and resilience are undeniable. The silent battle shapes a woman into someone capable of moving through life with purpose, courage, and unwavering determination, demonstrating that true empowerment comes from within. In conclusion, the silent battle of a woman with no support is a journey of immense challenge and profound transformation. It is a test of endurance, resilience, and self-reliance, shaping her into a person of strength, clarity, and independence. Though often unseen and unacknowledged, this struggle teaches lessons that cannot be learned through comfort or reliance on others. Through solitude, perseverance, and intentional action, a woman emerges stronger, wiser, and fully capable of navigating life on her own terms. The silent battle, though difficult and demanding, becomes a crucible of empowerment, shaping her into a force that moves through life with confidence, purpose, and unshakable inner strength. The silent battle of a woman with no support is one of the most profound, enduring, and transformative journeys in life. It is a struggle fought without recognition, without guidance, and often without empathy. Yet, it is precisely this absence of external assistance that cultivates a resilience, clarity, and inner power that cannot be acquired through comfort or reliance on others. A woman who faces life without support must navigate responsibilities, challenges, and emotional complexities entirely on her own, and in doing so, she discovers a strength within herself that becomes the foundation for her independence, confidence, and purpose. The silent battle, though unseen by many, is a crucible in which character, courage, and self-reliance are forged. Living without support demands an unwavering commitment to self-reliance. Every decision she makes, every step she takes, is guided by her own judgment. There is no one to validate her choices or share the burden of consequence. This reality, though daunting, fosters decisiveness, critical thinking, and clarity of purpose. A woman in this position learns to evaluate her circumstances, anticipate challenges, and act with intention. She discovers that her inner compass, her intuition, wisdom, and sense of responsibility is the most reliable guide she possesses. Through the necessity of self-reliance, she develops a profound confidence that strengthens with each decision she makes independently. Emotional resilience is a cornerstone of this silent battle. Without the presence of support, she must navigate her feelings, fears, and frustrations alone. Loneliness, self-doubt, and moments of despair are inevitable, yet these experiences become opportunities for growth. She learns to comfort herself, to maintain composure under pressure, and to respond to challenges with calm determination. Emotional self-sufficiency allows her to face adversity without crumbling and equips her to handle future difficulties with composure and grace. She comes to understand that her emotional well-being is her responsibility, and through this understanding, she develops strength that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. The silent battle requires managing multiple responsibilities simultaneously. Without support, she may fulfill roles as provider, caregiver, decision-maker, and planner all at once. Each responsibility demands energy, focus, and adaptability. The absence of support intensifies the significance of every achievement and the weight of every failure. Through this process, she hones time management, problem solving, and strategic thinking skills. She learns to prioritize effectively and make decisions that balance immediate needs with long-term goals. The ability to manage complexity independently becomes one of her greatest strengths, and the experience of doing so cultivates self-confidence and mastery over her life. Financial independence is often essential for a woman without support. She must secure her livelihood, manage resources carefully, and plan for the future with foresight. Financial challenges, while daunting, become opportunities to cultivate discipline, ingenuity, and strategic thinking. She learns to navigate scarcity, make wise choices, and optimize available resources. Her ability to sustain herself and her dependents becomes a testament to her capability and resilience. Financial self-reliance reinforces the understanding that she has the power to create stability and security for herself, independent of external support. Isolation, though challenging, is also a source of empowerment. Without external guidance or validation, she learns to trust her judgment, reflect deeply on her experiences, and identify her true values and priorities. Solitude becomes a teacher, showing her that the most reliable support comes from within. She cultivates self-awareness, mental clarity, and an understanding of her own strength. Through introspection, she develops an inner foundation that allows her to navigate life confidently, purposefully, and independently. Solitude, once perceived as a challenge, becomes a source of immense strength and insight. Society often misunderstands or undervalues the struggles of a woman with no support. Her independence may be criticized, her achievements overlooked, and her challenges underestimated. Yet, these external judgments cannot diminish her growth or her resilience. She learns to prioritize self-respect, integrity, and purpose over approval or validation from others. By focusing on her vision and her goals rather than societal expectations, she develops the confidence to navigate life with autonomy and dignity. Her quiet perseverance is a powerful demonstration of her inner strength, even if the world fails to acknowledge it. Discernment becomes a vital skill. With limited energy and resources, she must carefully choose where to invest her time, attention, and trust. Every decision carries weight because she cannot afford to waste her energy on negative influences, unnecessary conflict, or unproductive relationships. Through careful observation, experience, and intuition, she learns to identify opportunities that support her growth and avoid situations that drain her energy. This discernment ensures that her focus remains on what truly matters, enhancing her effectiveness and preserving her peace of mind. Resilience grows with each challenge faced and overcome. Life without support is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and uncertainties. The woman who persists through these difficulties develops endurance, adaptability, and problem-solving capacity. Each success, no matter how small or unnoticed, strengthens her confidence and reinforces her ability to navigate life independently. Through persistence, she discovers that her strength does not rely on external support, but on her own determination, discipline, and courage. Resilience becomes both a shield and a foundation, allowing her to face challenges with composure and clarity. Ultimately, the silent battle cultivates a deep sense of self-worth. A woman who perseveres without support learns that her value is intrinsic and not contingent on others' recognition, assistance, or approval. She recognizes her capacity to overcome challenges, achieve her goals, and create stability and fulfillment in her life. Each quiet victory reinforces her self-confidence and affirms her inner power. Though her struggle may be invisible to the world, her growth, independence, and resilience are undeniable. She emerges as a woman capable of moving through life with unwavering determination, strength, and clarity of purpose. In conclusion, the silent battle of a woman with no support is a journey of extraordinary challenge and profound transformation. It is a test of endurance, resilience, and independence that shapes her character, wisdom, and courage. Though unseen and often unacknowledged, this struggle is deeply formative, teaching lessons that cannot be learned through comfort or reliance on others. Through solitude, perseverance, and intentional action, a woman emerges stronger, wiser, and fully capable of navigating life on her own terms. The silent battle, though demanding, becomes a crucible of empowerment, shaping her into a force that moves through life with confidence, clarity, and unshakable inner strength.